Hey everyone, it's Steven. Welcome to my next favorite Pokemon video. This is going to be my top favorite Pokemon from Generation 2, being the Johto region, and we have our setup already completed. We've got Gen 2 selected. I am going to scroll the maximum batch size from 20 to 16 because Johto doesn't have that many Pokemon. So we want to shrink down the groups. So with that out of the way, we already know what my favorite top 10 Pokemon in Generation 1 was. If you haven't seen that video, if you do not know which ones we are talking about, you can click the link in the description or go to my channel to see the first episode of this series, and we are going to dive into this video right now. With that all being said, okay, this works. I'm gonna basically quickly run over the rules or the things we follow in this series. I mean, we just have this website that just showcases the Pokemons that we have selected. We have selected in Generation 2, so he's going to pretty much select all the Generation 2 Pokemon, and I have to choose which one I like, and those will advance to the next round. And this is just a process of eliminating the ones you like the least and keeping the ones you like in the race for the top 10. So that's basically it. You just select the Pokemon you like, and we are going to get into this. So first up, Scizor. Definitely like Scizor, like Fortress. I kind of like Meganium as well. This is purely based on design. I mean, Meganium is purely based on the design, but Scizor is also design. But I also like Scizor because he's competitively a good Pokemon, and I've used him in the past. So there are multiple arguments or things that come into place when picking these Pokemon. So let's move on. I kind of like Swinub, but not that much that I would pick him in this list. Kind of like Cyndaquil and Typhlosion, and then Miltank. So, as in the previous video, we do not want to select all the 16 Pokemon. So, I've started off with selecting 6 out of the 16. That means there are 10 Pokemon falling away. We're going to progress with 6 max per group until we shrink down the groups. Magby, Lugia, Pineco, definitely Kingdra, Tyranitar, Crobat. Yeah, leaving Entei out might be a shocker, but I like Entei, but I don't really like Entei that much. I mean, there's always room for discussion. You can always say, I like this Pokemon, but do I like it more than the other one? I mean, it's a difficult process to really go over. And at the end of the day, you just need to make choices. Okay, we've run into a little problem already. I'm going to leave Misdreavus out and pick Sneasel instead. I definitely like Feraligatr. I like Yanmega, but I don't really like Yanma that much. I'm gonna leave him out. Politoed is kinda cool. Togetic, Slowking, Espeon. Okay, so we are slowly starting to run into some issues here. I kind of like Larvitar and Houndour to be in this list, so I'm gonna scratch off Togetic, and I think I'm gonna leave out Politoed. Kind of like Wooper. Wooper was one of those first Pokemon that you got the like in the second generation when I started playing the games with his evolution Quagsire. I remember having it on my team. And we are only going to pick 5 Pokemon of this list and progress to the next. Umbreon, Raikou, 2 cool Pokemon, Azurill, Celebi, Donphan, Heracross. Okay, so we are shrinking down the groups to 8. And we're already seeing repeats. I don't think we've seen the top 4 here. Those are probably just the remaining ones. So they just added them in here. So I'm going to choose 4 out of these 8, and it's going to be the bottom row. Now, who do we pick here? I'm gonna go Espeon, Phanpy, Houndour, and Chikorita. Hitmontop, Miltank, Kingdra, Typhlosion. So Generation 2 is a smaller pack of Pokemon, in fairness, because I believe there are 96 Pokemon or 98. It's a little under 100 Pokemon in Generation 2, so the process is a bit easier. I mean, less Pokemon doesn't really mean that it's easier, because you could have 50 Pokemon less in the entire decks of Generation 2, but have like 20 Pokemon that you like more than a different generation. But we have to keep progressing here. I kinda like Larvitar. I think I'm gonna bail on Suicune. Do we pick 2 or 3 out of these 5s? I mean, 3 out of 5 is still a lot, but we're gonna progress with 3 out of 5. For now. Hitmontop, Raikou, Slowking, I think. I mean, I like Ho-Oh as well, but you have to pick some Pokemon. Oh, this one is difficult, mate. Tyranitar, Kingdra. Do I leave out Phanpy? And Heracross. To be honest, Phanpy is one of those Pokemon I have a great liking to. I don't know why. I mean, it's just, again, one of those Pokemons that you just kind of like from a young age when you start playing these games. Wow, this is difficult. I'm definitely gonna go Scizor, Miltank, and I think Houndoom. Yeah, I'm gonna leave out Espeon and Lugia, the 2 Psychic types. Okay, so we only have 3 Pokemons left now. Who do I like the most out of these 3? I think I'm going to go Umbreon here. This is difficult. Houndoom, Kingdra, or Raikou? I think I'm gonna go Houndoom. This is very difficult. I think I'm gonna go Tyranitar. Typhlosion, I think. Scizor. Typhlosion or Tyranitar? I think Tyranitar. Scizor. Tyranitar or Scizor? Basically 1 and 2. Who do I pick in number 1 and who do I pick in number 2? I think I'm gonna go Scizor? So it's confirmed that Scizor is my favorite Pokemon of Generation 2. And Tyranitar is the second. Houndoom is number 3. I mean, it's really difficult to sometimes pick, because I can make these choices now, and if you ask me the same situations tomorrow, I might just pick a different Pokemon, and this list might be entirely different. I mean, it's really difficult to make these choices. What is this? Lol. I mean, you'd think you would pick the same Pokemon over and over again, but that isn't always the case. 2, So 2 more to complete the top 10. And that's number 10. I mean, Skarmory and Heracross are definitely top 10 material, and again, if I were to do this list on, say, tomorrow or another day, they might just get into the top 10. I mean, it's really difficult to narrow down the Pokemons you actually like. You always have a group of Pokemon that you like and a group of Pokemon that you not really dislike, but just don't have that feeling or that affection to. And those Pokemons that you do like, I mean, that's a big part of the entire Pokédex. Probably it's not like you only like 50 Pokemons out of the 800 Pokemon that we have. I mean, it's always going to be a large portion of the entire list that you like. But this is my top 10 from Johto. In first place, it's Scizor. Kind of expected Scizor to do well because I just know that I like Scizor. Tyranitar in second place, Houndoom in third place, Umbreon, surprisingly for me that he is in fourth place. I mean, I like Umbreon, but I didn't know that I was going to pick Umbreon.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
You know what I should do for April Fools?
What?